Alrighty, PG-13. This is G.I. Joe. And while we're trying a different setting here with the camera, I don't know if this is going to work well or not. I'm already not liking it. I think it's time to get a better camera, but the image is coming in nice. So, we will see. Now here we got a Mark Webb. That is a Deep 6 head. We got the Ginger Squad. Ginger Squad. So I took some in the Navy figures and decided, well, let's see what we can do here. That looks not too bad. Leftover parts guy. I was just still playing around with parts to see what I can come up with there. We got our Chuck Norris, or as you'd call him, Outback. And he's back in the back there. I don't know if this will actually zoom in or not. No, this does not zoom while we are filming. Anyways, there we go. Now I do like that. However, these legs on these figures are still kind of loose for the in the Navy figures. But this head here, yes, Taurus, his head fits on here great. So we have another figure. Now, if anybody knows whose face this guy looks like, let me know in the comments down below. Always reminds me of one of those circus guys. Now, I had some leftover parts, and I thought, I'll try to make a different kind of flamethrower guy. Charred broil. We got just charred, charred, or flame broiled. The flame broiler, which leads me to the actual. This guy. This looks fantastic. Now, this body is from a 2000 and is it something? 2004 or 2000? I don't know. A Duke, which is not really Duke to me, so that's why I have no problem taking that apart and making a cool figure. So instead of having your crazy legs like that, that actually looks nice. It looks like a vest. It looks like he's going into combat. Whereas this other thing that he had here, I don't know what the hell is it. Why is it so, like scaly almost? So that looks like a really good version of Crazy Legs. I like it. Good use of parts. It always looks like the circus guy. I just don't know. Anyways. And then we had a leftover Ace. So I was like, well, I'll just mix them with the Stars and Stripes. Simple. Very simple, simple to do. Mix them. I do take the Stars and Stripes bodies and, mix it up. It's like when I made those medical customs. My medical officers. So now just, playing around with the figures, I have some fun here. Sometimes I just get in the mood to take the figures apart. Yeah, this paint job wasn't as great, but I didn't know that you could actually use Sharpies. So, Eduardo. But I do like having more, Navy SEALs. Marines. I do like having more Marines here. So, it goes well with leatherneck. And then, just to have some extra figures. I did have another leatherneck. What did I do with his head? Oh. Anyways, he's on one of the figures. His head fit on somebody else. Oh, there he is in the background. I took a lowlights body. And that actually looks good. So you can, make yourself some more Marines. And I believe these are somebody else's arms. So, again, just slap together a figure. There we go. Finally, the head looks nice. Well, here we have Carson Metaxas. If I said his last name correctly, that's awesome. I got my very own Carson. This looks great. Because you know how Carson loves Lieutenant Falcon? And this head just seem to fit. So that's awesome. I got my very own Carson and my Mark Weber here. Now I did take a Delta 17 figure just to try and see what I can come up with. And Lieutenant Falcon. This hat, well, I have so many Lieutenant Falcons, but this hat needs a little touching up. Anyways, his head does fit on here nice. So I'm thinking, wow, that's a pretty cool figure. So I'm definitely going to have to get another Rooster. And then Rooster will have his partner there to go in on with him. The hit and run head was too loose. It wobbled too much. Now everybody does love those, you know, the Larry Hamas that I do. This is the Larry Hama. If you can come in clear or not. Again, Muskrat's body, Pathfinder head. Now I have lots of them, so I do. So, oh, we lost your weapon there, soldier. So I do make a few from time to time, just for fun. I don't think the quality of this video is great, but I'm gonna have to remake it. But the details is coming in here nice, so I really have to go get another camera soon, so we can have better videos, because the quality of the camera is really sucking. Finding really sucking here. But these figures details are coming in nicely, so happy about that. I'm just playing with the settings, and you know, there's not that many settings on these cameras. So I do like the Larry Hamas, and someone said that you know, Tunnel Rat is supposed to look like Larry Hama, but he doesn't. Pathfinder actually looks like Larry Hama. You know, he's got a way better head sculpt, and he does look like Larry Hama. So I don't know, you be the judge. Yeah, this is the better Larry Hama. Now, you know, Cobra Lang did a cool video on different versions, if you like them or not, or different names. Now, to me, this is not Dusty. You can just use them as different people. I mean, even the actual, this is Dusty. It's always be Dusty. When you change the figure up too much, it is no longer that figure. You know, that figure has a specialty. He's a desert trooper. Does this look like a desert trooper? No. But then you got this over here. This is a desert trooper. And now he's a ginger. So we got the ginger squad here. There's a lot of people you can throw in the ginger squad. But I like that we got a Chuck Norris now. After all these years, we finally got a Chuck Norris. And, well, I still don't understand why, when they remake a figure, you know, keep it what it is, or very close to what it is. You know, you don't change it drastically. Oh, he went to the hair club for men and got a hair dye and dyed his beard and everything. Oh. So, anyways, I do enjoy, you know, switching up figures. I was going to try Colonel Courage head too. That might fit on this head. You know, maybe, possibility. But definitely have to get a few more figures and see what I can make. Because I really love making extra figures. Like, people who watch the videos know that sometimes you come up with real gems. Like the Fast Draw. This is the best pilot ever. And so I didn't know that there was a what was it? A Sky Patrol figure with this body type too. So we can have even more cool looking Fast Draws to fly your helicopter. And again, even my Sergeant Slaughter head fit on that body, you know, lift tickets body. So you got a cool pilot's outfit for a multitude of different figures. And again, like, I did make a breaker, and I found the other matching glove, but I gotta take a Sharpie to it or paint it. I usually try to paint my stuff, but this looks cool, you know. And I like having more Marines. We got another Marine. You You know, you can just be the generic guy. Generic head. Breaker! Barely move my arms, they're so big. We got another sailor for the for the boat. Anyways, you gotta try to have fun with your figures. I did try to also do some stuff with the commemorative heads, but they don't really work for that. The body type is made a little different, so that doesn't really work too well. You might be able to get away with using some of the legs and stuff from the commemorative figures, but again, it looks like they went with a skinnier waist, so you'll have to try to match up figures that have a skinnier waist. You know, the buck was a little different. And you could always change up your figures. You could take a Beachhead's head, put it on a different figure, and you got a figure with a balaclava. Or you could take Shockwave. Now there's so many different kind of figureheads you can try to switch around and see what you can come up with. But that's the whole fun of G.I. Joe. And you know, like when I was collecting as a kid, as soon as like I got figures where I could no longer open up the back to fix the O-ring, I was like, man, that just turned me off of the G.I. Joe line completely. They started bringing in all these stupid gimmicks. I mean, you know, some of the gimmicks you might enjoy, but not being able to fix your figure or switch them out and change them up, you know, like that really pissed off a lot of people. And changing the size, you know, I don't care if they're your hero, if you love the person that made the next line, you know, they could have just kept 3 3/4 line, because that's what kills the line. Everybody who's collecting 3 3/4 figures loves that size. Some people that love the 4-inch, they collect the 4-inch. You know, everyone collects different. But as soon as the main line switches up the size, you lose like basically 3/4 of your fans. You know, only so many will go into collecting these kind of figures, and I don't like the fact that they don't flow. It's like click, click, click. You know, these figures, their movements move, the joints flow better, but some people love them. I mean, this is also a different size. Like this is a 4-inch. So you like 4-inch scale? Great. You like 6-inch scale? Great. That's you. But to me, the figure when he's shaped like all weird looking, it just doesn't appeal to me. I like the figures that look great, you know. I like the figures that are not all bulky. And even when Hasbro remade the O-ring figures, they they suck at it. They don't, you know, compare the vintage figures to the newer versions that they're making, and they're all bulky and weird looking, like they can't get the mold right. It's really strange. The shoulders are more weird. It's like they went back into 1982 to try to get them the thing. You know what I mean? Like the shape of the arm for the figures, what I'm trying to tell you. This is the arm shape is weird compared to the arm shape of the other figures. I don't know. These ones seem more sunken in. These ones seem more popped out. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. It's like the 82 versions is the ones that are popped out more, and that's like how the newer stuff is kind of turning out. It doesn't look the same. It's not as right. It looks like the 1982 versions of G.I. Joe. Anyways, thanks for watching. Tell me in the comments below if you like, subscribe, and obviously share the videos with others.